Today, I have a surprise for you. I have a guest in my daily insight video. This is a quick intro to show you and share with you a segment of a conversation that I had about a week ago with Chip Baker. Chip Baker has a podcast called The Success Chronicles. He's a wonderful human being. He's a leader. He's on a mission to inspire and motivate young students, athletes of all kinds, where he teaches and wherever he goes as a speaker. He has written 13 books. Yes, 13 books. And he's an avid and prolific content publisher. And most importantly, he is what I call an expert on a mission. He has a calling. He drives a business from a point of a higher purpose. And in the small conversation that I was having with him, I asked him a very specific question. I asked, first of all, what is his mission? And I asked for advice for people who are interested in building more meaningful, successful, and authentic businesses in the professional services industry, and more specifically for people who are coaches, experts of all kinds like us. So without further ado, let me share that segment with you. I hope this helps as always. And I look forward to having more conversations. Maybe this is a test. Maybe this is just a prototype for what could become a more frequent and recurring practice of mine at MetaHelm, which would be to invite guests to talk about how they build businesses as expert on a mission. All right. I hope this helps as always. And I look forward to seeing your likes, hearing your comments, your questions, and maybe requests. Have a great day. Listen up, because
Okay, got you.
here's my
Yeah,
question to you. Here's my question to you, Chip, for the recording. Okay. Um, so as I was saying, I see in you a gift or something you probably worked also to find, not just something you receive, but you have a calling,
yeah.
and you have a calling, and you understand the deeper meaning of the word calling. It sounds like, and I just asked you a few minutes ago, what's your why? And you say, I take care of people that take care of people, right? And
Yes,
so
sir.
not everybody is like this, especially in our professions where we are supposed to take care of people, but we want to do that with intention, with a mission, but not everybody is there. So my question to you was, um, what would you say to someone who's not there yet in their journey, but wants to be an expert on a mission?
I think first off, when you said that, about calling, it gave me chills because it's not a it's not a surface level thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's deep and it's substance, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that someone that's looking, what they have to do is just continue to do the best you can where you are at the moment, right? And what happens in that, as a workout person, reps make you better. And as
Mm-hmm.
you get more reps, you get better at what you're doing, which also provides clarity in your life. And so I'm a formula guy. And for me, E plus E plus R plus A equals the sum total of who we are. And what I mean by that is first is our environment. So, where were you raised? Who were the people that you've been around? The second E is experiences. What experiences have you had in your life that have caused you to be where you are now? Right? Like the whole journey, right?
Uh-huh.
The R is relationships. Our life moves at the speed of our relationships. And so it's important to have great relationships to do great things. And then the A is actions. What actions have you taken that have moved you forward
Mm-hmm.
or held you back, like in your
Mm-hmm.
journey,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so when we reflect on all of those things, our E plus R plus A, it tells us like that's the sum total of who we are. And that
Yeah.
provides us clarity in our life when we know that. And so now that sets you up to tell you like what lane should you be in based off of the things that you've experienced. Okay, you've learned lessons from that. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so now how can I take those lessons that I've learned and use those lessons to help people that I come in contact with every day,
Mm.
that I can share those lessons and experiences with in my life? And that's really what I've done, right? So in my life, my background, I grew up, with educators and church people
Mm-hmm.
that give service, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's some things that, parents separated when I was young.
Mm.
Um, education it was important in my household. You're gonna get great grades, you're gonna work at that. That's the expectation. If you're gonna do something, do it right, or don't do it at all.
Mm.
Sports background, was involved in a lot, was made to give service,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so all of those things that I learned along that journey, like I said, my E plus R plus A, I've just reflected on that. And really, I didn't know that until, man, I don't know, probably 8-7 years ago.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Like I knew that it was important for me to just work hard, treat people right, do things the right way each day. Like I knew that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what you're supposed to do,
Mm-hmm.
right? But what I didn't know is that when you have the reflection on the journey,
Mm.
like when you look at the journey of like all of the things that I've done to get us to this point right here, like man, there's some valuable lessons in there.
So I'm dying to ask you this, Chip, for whoever will watch this video, for people who will watch
Yeah.
this video. What are your practically, what do you do to reflect on this journey and 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 observe and yeah, what are your practical
Yeah.
techniques to do
So I have and it's crazy because you're asking me these things and I'm thinking to myself, like, these are simple things to me
Yeah.
because I do them every day. And like we talked about, less equals more.
Mm-hmm.
And people that have heard me speak I'm sure have heard me say this, but like, this is what I do, like the sum total, like that's important. And this is, so I have a SHG principle,
Okay.
what I call, and like, this is what I practice in my life.
Okay.
Right. But the first thing is make time for reflection. You have to have reflection time every day. Right.
Okay.
But then the second thing is the SHG principle, that show up. Right. If you say you're going to do something, show your butt up. Right.
Okay.
And when you're there, be in the moment and enjoy those moments, because those moments aren't guaranteed. Time is valuable. Right. Have a great attitude. Right. Gratitude is the attitude that determines our altitude.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
I heard you say that before, and that
Yeah.
I kept that in my
Yeah.
mind.
Mm-hmm. And
Again,
then,
I love to hear it again.
yeah, gratitude is the attitude that determines our altitude.
Altitude. There you go. There you go.
And we have to be grateful for what we do have. And then the G is give your all, right?
Uh-huh.
And so if we can show up every moment each day, have a great attitude, give our all, and then have that reflection time. So what that does is that allows us to have growth each day, right? So at the end of the day, I reflect, what could I be better on? Ooh, I blew that. I got to do better on that. Oh, this was good. Keep doing that. Have that reflection time each day.
Yeah. But how do you reflect? Like, if I was a fly on the wall, as you reflect, wherever.
Yeah. So
What do you do?
like I just said, like I think about, okay, I reflect on my entire day. All right. So, what were some of the things that I didn't do well today is the first question. Right. So then I think about that. Then the next phase is, what were some things that I'm proud of that I did well today? Right. And then based off of that, then the third question is, okay, what do I need to do tomorrow to be better than I was today? And so really, when you can ask yourself those three questions, it allows you to now, boom, hit the ground running tomorrow and SHG tomorrow. Right. And then reflect again, and then boom, SHG tomorrow, the next day. And when you do that, you put great days together, and you put great weeks together, you put great months together, and then years. And what happens is, when I get to go see the big man, I will not just have left a legacy. It will
Mhm.
have allowed me to live a legacy by my day-to-day actions.
You know what you just said here? It makes me think that so many people want to leave a legacy. But it's funny, like the way they describe what they want to do, it feels like something that they will achieve at the very end of a long journey.
Yeah.
All right.
But we don't know when that journey ends.
Exactly. And so
So you got
which
to live it
you
like
gotta live
right
it now.
now.
Exactly. Leave your legacy.
Yeah.
That's such a great learning. Okay, so you gave me I asked a simple question and you just gave me a trove of advice here. And I was curious if you've published 13 books. So you must be writing these books, I'm assuming. So
Yes.
what does writing what's the what kind of role does writing play in this reflection and exploration process?
Man, writing gives me a heightened sense of awareness in the reflection process.
Okay.
Let me say that again. Writing gives me a heightened sense of awareness in the reflection process. And what
Okay.
I mean by that is because I know I will be writing, it allows me to have heightened senses to be aware of my day-to-day actions and things that I see as I'm going about my business.
Okay.
Right. So there's things that always come to me that I can use as analogies. Like, oh, yeah, that's how, yeah, I can put that together.
Yeah. There's a quote, I think, by William Zunzer. He's a famous
Mm-hmm.
writer and writes about writing. And he says, writing is thinking in words.
So true,
But
man.
it's very simple. But I love your definition, which is a heightened sense of awareness, which means that when you reflect, you're already aware. That's the goal of reflection, is to be more aware.
Right.
But it sounds like writing elevates that sense.
Yes.
Brings that practice to another level.
Yeah.
Increases the outcomes.
That's it. You mind stopping the record? Because so I have